like sexual stuff takes a bigger toll on the female. Like she almost beats herself up more because they feel worse. Like, you know, because it's in a relationship, we're not supposed to do stuff before marriage. And then if they do, then it's like, I did something so wrong and stuff like that. So I've seen a lot of my friends make those mistakes. And I think because they put so much pressure, but then it's also like, you can repent. It's just a hard situation. But I definitely think, at least with my guy friends in high school, they were a lot more relaxed with it. Like, they were like, oh, well, I'm going to go have a good time. Like, they don't have as much guilt.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question, ladies, when it comes to sex, because I know like men and women were different. Like for guys, sex is more physical for us. For women, sex can be more emotional. So like when you guys, obviously it's a normal, natural way of humans to feel that sexual energy. But do you feel like that when you have that urge, like when you feel that sexual urge within yourself, is it more like do you want the physical part of it more, or do you want the emotional part of it more? Like I'm just interested. Like, is it more physical for you? Like, do you just want to have sex with the person you love, or is it the emotional part, like by having sex with them, like the emotional connection you feel with the guy? What's more important to you as a woman? Go ahead, Amelia. I'll start with you.
As a virgin. Well, it's really like I would never want those things if it wasn't with the person that I love or with the person that I've been like really, really committed to. And it takes like a long time to like really ease into those things. So it's never like I get the urges and I need to just like go kiss someone. It's always like it's so much more beautiful when it blossoms with that person. And also I've noticed like if you get kind of into it for like a couple days and you're doing stuff for a couple days, like it kind of loses the appeal versus if you had waited and let it simmer and you just, or they do something you really love them. And then, those are always the ones that like really pay off more. So love.
Is it like holding, like I think Jessica brought up, like holding hands, right? Or like with the guy, like, for guys, like holding hands is just holding hands. Like there's nothing else. It's just the physical. It's just what she wants. I just hold hands. That's how guys think. But for girls, like when you hold hands, it's like that feeling that emotional feeling. You feel that you're with your guy. You feel safe. You feel protected with this guy. Like that's what I'm talking about. So because men and women, we see things differently. So like so when it comes to like things that's touching, affection, that's like more physical. Is it do you love the emotion part of it more, or is it still physical for you? That's my question. What do you think, Jessica?
So I think I can kind of go either way. And it kind of just like it kind of, I've tracked it down to like my cycles basically of like it's so
explain everything.
Like like when I'm on my period or when I'm ovulating, I'm like, I want the physical connection, like take care of me basically. But like any other time, I'm like, I want the lovey-dovey romantic moments. But and it also like I was diagnosed with bipolar, and in my moment of mania, all of that like any like caution is thrown out to the wind. Like it doesn't even register in my brain. Like I'm out doing whatever. And like in those moments, it's all about physical. And like I've policed myself very carefully not to go out and do things like promiscuously, but it doesn't stop like the power in my brain of like creating scenarios or doing something stupid, like just thinking about it in my brain. But yeah, I feel like for me personally, like I could go either way.
Okay. All right.
No I like the ovulating comment because I did notice that recently. I was like, my ovaries are so attractive.
It's like a
like
baby
I apologize
now.
I apologize in advance for my behavior this week. That's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
All right. No worries. All right. Yeah. Anybody else want to add on to that question, to Keira's question?
Yeah, I guess kind of adding on to like the physical versus emotional. For me, in my experience, usually I have to have an emotional connection first in order to enjoy like the physical connection with someone. Like, okay, so you guys although what NICMOs are, right? NCMO, non-committal makeout. It's like I consider it like the Mormon version of a one-night stand. Basically, like, oh, we're gonna make out, but it's not doing anything. Anyways, I like had not had experience with that because in Minnesota or outside of the church, you don't call it NICMO, you just call it kissing someone. But I remember one time at BYU Hawaii, this guy who I wasn't even super close with, just like kind of friends with, he messaged me out of nowhere. And he's like, NICMO? And I was just thinking about it because I didn't really have like an emotional connection with him. And I was like, that'd be so awkward. Like, what, like, do we just like meet up and then we'll just like walk and be like, all right, let's get started, you know? So
Oh my God.
I definitely like need an emotional connection with